Oh, Father, why do you weep every morning? You try to hide it from us, but we hear you. What makes you so sad? You are the royal vizier, the most powerful man in the country, next to the Sultan. Surely you can find a remedy for your sorrows.
Scheherazade, my little lark, bringing the sunshine with you to this old man's heavy soul. I cannot share this burden of sorrow with you. You and your sister must be spared.
What are you talking about, Father? Spared from what?
Spared from the same fate as the young bride we saw this morning, Scheherazade.
You were there, but I have forbidden you.
Father, we are not ignorant of our people's misery, just as we know of your sorrow. But today I learned you play a very important role in the Sultan's plan of revenge.
Yes, it is I who must choose the young women as brides each day, taking them from their homes and their families to live in the Sultan's palace for one day, and then meet their doom on the next.
And that is why neither Scheherazade nor I have been chosen yet, Father?
Of course. How could I send my own daughters to such a fate? It is bad enough as it is. It would be too terrible to bear.
Well, you shan't have to worry about it anymore.
What do you mean, Scheherazade?
You won't have to worry about choosing anymore. Because I volunteer.
No! You don't know what you are saying. Don't speak such careless words, daughter.
Father, I cannot stand by and watch my people suffer any longer. I want to marry the Sultan because I think I can change his mind about all this.
I couldn't bear to lose you, Scheherazade. Please, do not ask this of me.
Please, sister, don't leave me.
Come now, both of you. I have a plan, and you must help me if I'm to be successful.
It is too much of a risk. Remember, he who considers not the end. The world is not his friend.
I have made up my mind. I remember Shahryar from before he became Sultan, when we played together as children in the palace. He had a kind smile and a generous heart. I believe that good person still exists inside of him. I just need to find that Shahryar and bring him back.
I will help you, sister.
Good. When I take my place as Sultana, you must come and ask the Sultan for a favor. You must say, since this is the last time I will be allowed to see my dear sister, then I beg your majesty's forbearance.
What is forbearance?
It means patience. Something I fear the Sultan has very little of these days. Anyway, you must go on to ask that I might tell you a story.
Oh, that will be easy, because I really do want you to tell me another story. Can I request which one? Let's see.
No requests. Just ask that I might tell you a story. Can you remember?
Oh, yes. O royal high and mighty Sultan, ruler of all Asia, most handsome of men, champion parcheesi player in all the land.
What?
I heard that he's good at board games.
Just keep it simple, dear sister, or I'll lose my head before I've even begun.
Scheherazade, you don't know how serious this is. It is not a game.
Father, I know how serious this choice is. Please help me. Please.
Bless you, Scheherazade. I will consent to help.
Good. With my family's help, I can't lose.
Your Majesty, Sahidi, may I speak?
How dare you disturb my melancholy?
I am sorry, Your Highness. I wonder only of your health and happiness.
I have outlawed happiness in this kingdom. Don't you know that, Royal Vizier?
If Your Highness could find but a few moments of happiness, perhaps you could restore it to our people.
Only one thing makes me happy these days.
Surely you will spare our maidens.
No!
Surely you will stop this treachery.
Never!
You must, Sahidi, you must. Once this was a happy and prosperous country, and you were ruler loved by everyone.
Everyone except my wife. You forget that. But I do not, I never will. Who is this?
I am Scheherazade. I am your wife today.
Scheherazade. Vizier, is this not your daughter?
Yes, sire.
Then why have you chosen her?
Because I have asked to be your wife, Sahidi.
Do you know what fate awaits you in the morning?
I know.
And still, you wish to marry me.
I can think of no greater honor than to be your wife, even for so short a time.
Vizier, Do you grant your daughter's wish?
Yes, Sahidi.
Then she is my wife. Scheherazade, come here. Take your place beside me.
Thank you, Sahidi, for your kindness.
I am not kind.
This is the happiest day of my life.
It is also the last day of your life.
I cannot bear it.
Quiet, Vizier! Scheherazade is happy for the moment.
Yes, Sahidi. And I hope to make you happy too.
You will. Tomorrow.
If you will allow me to address you, I have a favor to ask.
You have already addressed me, and I am in no mood to grant favors.
Of course. And no one understands that.
If you understand that, then why in the world?
Especially given the limits of your patience at this time of day.
Yes. The limits of my patience. What do you mean by that? My patience is not in question here. How dare you imply
I see that you are very tired. And I do not wish to burden you with a request that you probably could not grant anyway.
I could not grant this request. This request be so difficult that I could not grant it. Perhaps you underestimate my supremacy in this kingdom. There is no request I cannot grant, but there are many I choose not to.
And that is just why I do not wish to tax the abilities of a man your age, Sahidi. Far be it from me.
A man my age?
It is a request my little sister has made of me.
Your little sister? What little sister? I don't see a little sister here.
Young people tend to ask a great deal more than we can carry out much of the time. I'm sorry I asked. Please go back to your ponderous royal responsibilities and we will carry on without you. Please, forget I asked.
But you asked nothing.
Very good, my husband and Sultan. You've forgotten already.
I have forgotten nothing. You have forgotten to ask.
To ask what, my only true love?
What does your sister request of you?
How very kind of you to be so concerned about my sister. But of course it is nothing
I demand that you tell me this request.
Very well, my husband, since you insist. But perhaps you allow the girl to speak for herself. Dinarzad. You may speak now.
I will tell the girl when she may speak. You may speak now.
Since this is the last time I will be allowed to see my dear sister Scheherazade. Since this is the last time I will be allowed to see my dear sister Scheherazade, then I beg your majesty's forbearance.
My 4 parents? What are you implying? I only have 2 parents.
She means to say forbearance. It means patience, dear one. Now let it continue.
What I really meant to say, oh great and handsome Sultan, is that every night my sister tells me the most wonderful stories, and I have come to ask if she might tell one of her tales tonight. She is really quite famous for them. Will you allow her to, please?
A story. You only want your sister to tell you a story? Well, there's no harm in that. I grant you my permission.
Oh, sire, won't you stay and listen to the stories too?
Children's fables do not interest the mind of a sultan.
He is right, Dinarzad. These stories are not for the faint at heart. You know how we...
I am not faint at heart.
Of course you are not. You are the bravest of all rulers, and 1,000 of your mortal enemies flee when they hear but rumors of your approach.
That's right.
But the tales I tell are not of mortal enemies. They are the tales of mystic genies who work magic on the most potent of rulers. And magical adventures so terrifying that only the bravest of men can endure them. No, you would not be able to stand hearing my tales. Good night, fair Sahidi. Sleep soundly.
Sleep soundly.
Yes, oh dear one, that's what I said. Sleep soundly.
I will not sleep soundly. I too will hear these tales of which you boast.
Choose wisely, dear husband, for the tales I tell are powerful. I must warn you that many have been drawn into these legends unaware and fancy that they are living them in truth.
Bah, I need no such warnings. Begin your story. Now.
As you